Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
Welcome. It's us. Allie's not dying anymore. Kind of.
Boo, you whore.
Boo, you whore.
I'm sick.
And we're back with another lovely episode. I'm very, very thirsty.
Blair.
Here you go, sweet baby.
Hit me.
Sweet baby Jesus. 1, 2, 3, bust into me.
No, into me. Oh, yeah, Daddy.
I like to imagine baby Jesus in
Yes,
a tuxedo
Daddy.
t-shirt.
Oh my God.
So, welcome back
mean?
to...
Oh, so good.
It's from Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome back to Customer
Have you
States.
seen that movie?
no, never.
No.
I'm talking.
No, just wait until Allie decides that she wants to start this podcast.
Okay, wait. Okay, go.
Okay, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
What podcast is this?
Yeah, Customer States. We talk about everything in the auto industry. It's mainly just Allie talking over everybody. I'm Jake. I'm a
What?
service advisor, and I've been doing it for a couple of years. We're back. We're no longer on a computer in a back room of a house. Yeah, Allie's COVID free.
Thank goodness.
To my left is Michael Sarah, and he'll be
Not the famous, not the super famous one, just the
Infamous one.
podcast famous
yeah,
one.
the back alley Mike Sarah.
Yeah.
And he'll be on the board and telling us what to do and not to do through the whole entire podcast by giving us sharp glances.
Yep.
Oh, was that one?
Hi, my
Shot
name is
me with a sharp
Mike Sarah.
glance.
I am a senior master technician at a Ford dealership. And to my left is the very famous Eric Montenegro.
Am I famous?
And
You are.
sexy.
I would like to be famous.
You're famous
Maybe someday.
in my book.
You're, I agree.
I need to start a TikTok.
You should.
You definitely should.
Two
I'll be your
for
first
most.
And
subscriber.
it needs to feature mesh shirts.
Yeah, I don't have the body for that.
Yes, you do.
I definitely am, and I own it. I'm 100%.
Someone is gonna love you in a mesh shirt. First, me.
By the way, I'm Eric Montenegro, heavy line technician, Ford Motor Company for 4.5 years. No, actually longer than
How
4.5
many?
years. Almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. To my left is the ostentatious Ali Paul.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Ali. How are you?
I'm bad.
Hi, Hooker.
I'm so happy we have this podcast.
Are you feeling better, at least from the COVID
Yeah,
stuff?
physically, I feel so much better. Mentally, I'm dying a little more each second inside.
I mean, you still sound and look terrible, but I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, that's just how I look.
It's because she lives with me.
I think I look cute today, you guys.
You look adorbs. Okay, so Eric, let's hear about your trip.
Oh.
He was tripping balls.
It was fucking hot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
bet.
Where did you go?
Fahonix.
Pahonix.
Phahonix.
That's Phoenix, Arizona, for those of you that aren't
It was
state. Those are words. Why?
It was a balmy 113 degrees out there.
No way. Seriously? Oh my God.
It was lovely, let me tell you.
No.
No.
And we did the bar thing too.
But at least it's a dry heat.
fuck that.
Yeah, you know what? In all honesty, yes, I was grateful for that. But
Yeah, it's like Vegas, maybe 115 out, but it's a dry desert heat.
Shit,
It's not
I
like
don't
out, like
give
it
a
is out in
fuck.
California.
you walk
How
everywhere
dry.
in Vegas. At least in Phoenix, we didn't have.
When we were in Vegas, it was so fucking
It was humid. It was.
Oh, really?
It was cool. It was like
Cool.
98 degrees. Okay, it wasn't 113. So
True.
in my mind, that's cooler.
Well, that's like when we went to Palm Springs and it was 118.
Yeah, it was like 100. Yeah.
So I went
118.
for my best friend's birthday, Chris Romero.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Happy birthday, babe.
Does he listen to this?
He does.
Happy birthday, Chris.
He's listened to a couple of those.
And I also saw one of our very avid listeners. Everyone say hi to Alan Grimsley.
Grimsley.
Hello.
He listens to us every week. I know he's going to squeal in his car when he hears this.
Grimsley's a good last name.
a
I feel
great
like it's
fucking-
like he should be a character
It's
in Harry Potter.
Super fucking hot. You hear that, Alan? I know you're blushing right now.
Alan Walter Grimsley.
I don't know that that's his middle name.
Well,
but
it is now.
It is now.
It has been said.
Bartholomew.
But the records
you're
state
right
that
there.
Ali just spat everywhere.
Spooged.
I did not spooge.
She spooged.
Did you guys like that meme I sent you last week?
Oh my God.
With the shirt and the oatmeal.
Needs to.
That was disgusting. Let the once
to-
again,
needs
please
to open
let
up
the
a
record
bakery.
show. Oh my god.
Hey guys, Mike here. Being the pod fascist that I am, the following segment was just a little bit too raw and edgy for most of our audience. So I did decide to go ahead and cut it out, which I can do because I have the final say. So if you don't like that or you want to see what meme Eric is talking about, go ahead and reach out to him and he'll send it to you. But I'm just warning you, it's probably better that you just leave it well alone. But anyway, without further ado, please enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to him.
Well, he's very disappointed.
He's always
what?
On a
disappointed.
scale to 1
That's never gonna
to
change.
very disappointed, how disappointed are you?
Or an even better scale. On a scale from 1 to my father, how disappointed are you in me?
You know what? You know what he's disappointed at? He's disappointed in the lack of work. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
He's really just been sitting on his ass lately.
You know, it's fair to
That's
be
been the
disappointed
hardest.
by that.
That's been the hardest thing ever. Actually, I mean, it's like
How hard was it?
You can ask Ali about last night.
it's super difficult because I think I've said this before, my parts sold box has more repair orders in it than the entire rest of the stack of the rest of the shop's parts holds. And so I'm waiting on parts for so many vehicles and waiting on authorization for even more vehicles. And I'm like, every day I'm hungry for work that comes in, but I know that like in the background, I have this impending stack of stuff that parts, just like Murphy's Law, every single part that I need for every single vehicle is going to show up all at once. And then I'm going to be, inundated with work, which is a good thing, but then I'm going to be not being able to get caught up with the stuff that does come in when it comes in. But right now, there's nothing coming in. So
It's when it rains, it pours. Feast or famine. That's more of the situation.
we say
It's
this
a
all the
feast or
time,
famine.
and everybody in the industry knows it's always cyclical. There's always up and downs. It's never a good medium. There's never a good steady, pace of work. Really, it's always like you said, feast or famine. There's either too much work or not enough work. And right now, I'm in the not enough work phase.
I'm 2 weeks out.
You have to. Wow, really?
Yeah, my department is slow, but that doesn't mean the shop is slow. But
Right.
so
You're just the unlucky.
typically our appointments are in the high 40s to low 50s per day. These past few days we've only had in the mid to high 30s. So the workload has been light for the shop in general, and there have been in the last 2 days no appointments for my department. So it was just getting caught up on stuff, the parts that did come in or things that we didn't get a chance to look at or properly diagnose or tear down or whatever because we were busy. And
They're saying to not bring stuff in for your department, right?
why is that?
Because you're backed up.
Who said that?
You need to converse with the people in the office because they're turning work away.
Do they not see that
Whoa.
Ruby and I leave and Andrew leave
And talk to the
early
dispatcher.
every day?
Not
What
dispatcher?
dispatcher?
The secretary. Making the
Hashtag
appointments.
something about. Well,
Because that's what she's been told. Hey, Mike, is your fucking cell phone on silent?
this is Daniil.
Oh God.
Is your
Answer
fucking
it.
cell phone on silent?
It is on silent.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
can see that.
Hey, Daniil. Hold on. Daniil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just want to let you know you're live on the air on the podcast just because we're in the middle of recording. This can be a quick conversation if you want, but what's up?
Well, this is fantastic because I was wondering if you're close to the dealership so you could, I guess a pipe just burst and
Oh,
I
my
was wondering
God.
if you could go turn off water. 'Cause
Okay.
I won't be able to get over there for another hour and a half.
Yep.
Hi, Daniil.
Hi, Daniil.
Do I fit in with the podcast? I'm
Yes,
wondering.
sure
Did
do.
I go
That's
with the
actually
topic today?
fantastic. Yeah.
Pain in the ass manager calling you to do shit after hours.
All right.
He's your salary, right?
No, he's not.
I know.
Wait. Do I get paid to be the shop foreman? No, I don't think I do yet.
Oh my God, we're bringing that shit up again?
Well,
Okay, let's have it out on live.
Salty ass wound. Hi,
If you do it one more
D.
time, I'm finding a new guy.
all right, Danielle, I'm gonna go down to the shop.
Hi, Danny.
I'll call you when I get there.
Everyone.
All right.
All right, I'm so sorry to call on you. You're just the closest one I know of, so thank
okay.
you.
It's okay. It's perfect for the podcast. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, we'll keep recording.
Yeah, while Mikey has to go take care of an emergency, I'll hit stop record when we're all done.
Or tell Kevin.
Here, I'll-
It's this one right here, and then on the give me another minute and like 28 on there.
No problem.
The big one right
I'll
here.
come up to the board.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Jake is putting
Wait,
on
Jake
his
got to come up to the
big
board before I
daddy
did.
pants. Daddy Jake is on the
Do not come.
Do not come.
He's your pod daddy now, bitch.
I mildly turned on. Please stop.
We're just gonna talk about so many fucking ratchet ass things while Mike is gone.
The highest count
Just
of views
kidding.
ever.
We're only gonna talk about vehicle related things.
Of course.
We promise. No tangents.
Camshafts,
Obviously.
No tangents.
water pumps.
Drive shaft.
Your headphones are very quiet, Michael.
Wow. Anyways.
So we were talking about and then
his lack
it
of
was-
work, but I'm backed up 2 weeks right now, so
Wow.
I have plenty of work. Fortunately.
Wow.
Wow. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Nailed it, babe.
But
Nailed it.
yeah, I've actually had a little project at work that we've been chipping away at. One of our office ladies, she handles the dispatching and repairs of the used.
Is her name Cheryl?
Her name is Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
I love that. I love Cheryl as a name.
Cheryl is a lovely fucking human
I
being.
bet she is.
Let me tell you, I love her so much. Cheryl handles the dispatching of the used vehicles for repairs.
Okay.
The reconditioning, if you will. And
I will.
so she recently inherited a 1985 Chevrolet Corvette
Okay.
Oh, okay.
from her father. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
It's, if you will, Prince's Little Red Corvette.
Little red Corvette.
It's that Corvette, 1985.
Ooh, they're kind of boxy, right?
They are boxy.
Yeah.
With 14,000 miles on
Oh my God! Is it in working order? Like
it. It
what?
runs. And it's been
Really?
in the garage its entire life.
And it's been ran. It hasn't just been sitting there.
It's been sitting for probably about 10 or 15 years. But we put new tires on it. We had to put a new fuel pump, get the fuel tank cleaned.
You have to do all the lines too, right?
No.
No. I thought when like something sits for a long time, you have to like replace the fuel lines and shit.
It all depends on where it sits.
Anyways, like I said, it was in a garage. So
Okay.
tires, fuel pump, fuel tank cleaned. We have to do a few other minor things. It needs like valve cover gaskets because they're dry rotted, a water pump, and new fluids.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
This car is in tip-top notch shape.
I need about $350.
Yeah, it's gonna cost a little more than that. But it has the Targa top on it too, so she can take her top off whenever she wants.
I'd love to be able to take my top off
I know,
whenever I
don't we
want.
all?
So freeing.
Don't we all? But it's a beautiful Corvette.
What color? It's red.
Red.
It's
Obviously.
literally that exact
Little red
Corvette.
Corvette.
Yes. Anyways, we've been chipping away at it. So we had a dilemma with the tires. It's a very unique size from 1985. And so we just got the tires on, so now we're going to move forward with the other repairs. But so now that it's running, I took her on the maiden voyage.
How did it go?
I
How
called
did she
her.
run?
I surprised her. I went on a road test first to make sure it was safe to drive, and it was
That's good.
fine. And then I texted her, told her to meet me at my service bay, and she didn't know why. And she walked over to the service bay, and I pulled up in the car, and she got teary-eyed, and then she hopped in. I told her to
That's
get
so
in. She's like,
touching.
"Really? Are you sure?" I was like, "Yes." I said, "Get in." So she gets in real quick, and she closes the door. And I hopped in the passenger seat, and I showed her how to properly pull in and out of a driveway because it's a low car.
So you're going at an angle.
Yeah, so she doesn't want to rip out the bumper, and she's like, "I had no idea.
Yes,
I'm so
it's
glad you told
important.
me." Yeah. So
I love when people with lifted trucks or some shit do that.
Yeah, no. it's
Over the drive.
stupid.
I'm
No,
like, why?
I just boom, boom, in and out in my truck, And she did beautifully, and within the first 30 seconds of driving, just lost it. It was
that's so beautiful.
very touching.
That's awesome.
That's the second time that's happened between us when talking about the car and whatnot. The first time was when we initially got it running, and we took it to Mr. Shepherd Pie's shop to smog it. Granted, we expected that it wasn't going to pass because it's been sitting for
Right.
so long and it has a new battery and whatnot. So, but he wasn't able to smog it because his machine went down. So we had it towed back to the dealer, and we were going to take it to the local smog shop to have them do it. Well, they put fuel in it, and they took it to the local smog shop, and it fucking passed.
No shit.
Flying colors.
It was meant to be.
It
And
was.
we
Yep.
prepped her for it's
not
probably not going to pass. You're
Right.
going to have to drive it. We have to fix
Yep.
it. And you got to get a temporary operator's license, blah, 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 blah. So when the porter came back he came to me first. He's like, "It passed." I was like, "No fucking way." I was like, "Do not say a word. Do not say a damn thing to her about it."
I'm going to come.
Yeah, seriously.
Come away.
And so I happened to be walking towards the office as she was coming out. And she saw that the porter was back. I said, "Here you go." I handed her all the paperwork. She's like, "Okay, so do I just take this to the DMV so they can give me the operator's license or whatever?" I said, "Actually,"
AAA.
I said, "Yeah, well, semantics, girl."
Well, it's easier.
I said, "Actually, it passed." She said, "No freaking way." I said, "Yeah," and she started to tear up. I said, "Let me tell you something," and then I started to tear up, and we're both standing on the service drive crying together. I said, "That's your dad right there." She's like, "I know." She's like, "It's
my
Daddy."
God, that's-
And she started
I have
bawling, and then I
chills.
hugged her, and we're both sobbing on the service drive together about it. Yeah, I got chills again right now talking about it, and it was just very touching. This has been a really difficult, time for her, and dealing with bullshit with her family and the legalities, and trying to get her.
Death can bring out the worst in people.
It really
I'm
has.
so
Oh, yeah.
glad she had this, this win,
And so she immediately the next day went to AAA and registered
It's
the car
easier.
and got it into her name, and she now has the pink slip, so she
Nice.
has nothing to worry about.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, I'm so happy for her.
Yes, so once we get everything buttoned up, she'll be able to drive it. It's going to be her weekend car, obviously, and she has big plans for it. And
I'm gonna have a Nomad weekend car one
God.
day.
One
It's
day.
gonna happen.
dream big, baby. I'm
dreaming.
I'm rooting for you.
You know what?
Yeah.
You gotta have dreams.
No, absolutely. But anyways, it's an interesting story.
Whose topic is that? A Mike topic?
I think that is probably a Mike topic.
So should we go
Whoa.
straight into
Well, actually,
the fuckery?
even though it wasn't necessarily a coolant leak, I'll talk about the fixing other dealers' bullshit, even though it's at the
yeah,
bottom.
Yeah.
Even though
You've
it's at the
got that
bottom.
one. That's all right.
So-
You've got time.
A local dealer that's
That shall be unnamed.
correct, that lives or that is down the hill.
Oh,
Oh,
on the other side of the hill.
Correct.
okay.
On the bottom side of the
Yeah.
hill.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Towards the water.
yeah.
Towards the
Okay.
water.
I'm there.
The water.
The water.
The water.
And I had a guy who called before the car even showed up, and he goes, "There's something wrong with my car. Got a check engine light. It runs really bad. There's something severely
Needs
wrong.
a spark plug.
It needs a spark plug." And
Ugga dugga.
yeah, big time Ugga Duggas. And he goes, I'm going to have the car brought in. And we're all like, well, how you make this sound, tow it. Just no matter what.
You don't want to fry your cat.
No matter what it is or how much it costs, just get it towed. For the one expense, just do yourself a favor. And it doesn't show up. And we go home. And of course, I'm the first one there, minus Alex, because he's got to open up the parts department. And I go in, and the car's in front of the shop.
Nice.
And I get the ticket open, and I grab the keys that are through the mail slot, and I hop out, and I start up the car, and it is just... and I shut it off within a
oh my god
within a fucking millisecond.
It's just a small problem.
Yeah,
it's just a slight
it's just
noise.
a check engine light.
Right. And Alex at this point was inside of the office, and I see him stick his head out of the back.
Oh
door,
my God.
looking at me like, that was fucking bad. I'm like, so I go in.
Is that the car you guys were pushing today?
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
No,
Is it a newer vehicle or
like brand spanking new?
Oh my god!
Like a 2020 Mazda 3, 2022 Mazda 3, excuse me. So I go in and I grab my window grease pen, and I write
Do not start
on the windshield, and I write it up, and I call the kid, and I'm like, so what's going on, man? Something had to happen recently before, and he's like, I did get a service at so-and-so dealership about 2 weeks ago. And he's like, just yesterday is when the problem started. Okay, I need your authorization with this diagnosis fee on it. And if whatever it is, we'll work with you. We know that it's nothing that you hopefully did, but it's the rules. And he's like, I totally get it. So we get it out.
We have to make sure that Voldemort Mazda wasn't the cause of this.
Correct. So we get it out, get it to one of my techs. He lifts it up in the air. And first thing, the whole entire underside of the car
covered in oil. I fucking knew it.
Is absolutely drenched in oil. The skid plates underneath are kind of like that cardboard felt plastic.
Yep.
They are they're swollen, the whole thing. And the drain plug, if you're looking at it like this, and I'll try and show the camera where it would usually sit like this, it was sitting just like that, holding by the last two threads.
Wonderful.
Jake is showing the drain plug being very, very angled and just hanging by a thread, baby.
So we do our video inspection, and we video this, and I send it to the customer, and we get a little notification when they watch it. And within the blink of an eye, he calls. Phone call. And it needs an engine.
Call that oil starvation.
Yep. So
and a turbo.
It not a turbo. Thankfully, not a turbo, but it needs an engine. And he goes, "Did so and so dealership do this?" I'm like, "It's completely
That's going to be
obvious."
all
Absolutely.
Goodwill.
And
Factory Goodwill.
so he calls that dealership, and he hangs up with me. And I try and calm him down. I'm like, "I'm sorry, this is happening to you. This, that, and the other thing."
Sucks.
And you're looking right now at least customer pay numbers. You're looking at it $8,800 job.
So you didn't try and go, well, you have to leave it open that if he did something, what could he have done that would have caused this?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Here's a question for you, since it's on topic, but I know that stuff like that has happened to us before, where we've had to fix dealerships, other dealerships fuck ups. But usually, what we'll do, I don't know if you guys do the same thing because you're a smaller dealer, is we'll call the other dealership, management will, and they'll work something out with them to where they'll pay for it. And
Right. So here's the funny
I
thing.
apologize if I jumped the gun. on that.
No. Actually, it's a great way.
Great segue.
A great segue. So, and that is what we have done in the past. Accidents happen. Usually it's not that blatantly obvious or that missed.
Does that go well usually? I'm sorry, but I'm just curious.
Generally speaking, yes. If the customer comes there, it keeps an angry customer out of that dealership. Number one, we work together, behind the scenes, and then the customer leaves happy, and everybody kind of wins.
That's great for the servicing dealer.
Right. So, but with this situation so we call the service manager over at that local dealership.
Right.
And we go, and we know the service manager pretty well. He actually used to work for us.
Oh, okay.
And and we go,
I know who it is.
we go, Bud, you guys fucked up big time.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're calling about so-and-so customer, aren't you? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, he knew already.
Because the customer had already
customer
called
called.
him before I got
Lit them up like a fucking firework.
before I got a hold of him.
A Christmas tree, even.
And I'm like, we got an issue. And he's like, well, what type of issue we talking about? He's like, do we just need to do another oil change and everything's fine? I'm like, no, man, it is far beyond
We are
that. I'm like,
way past that point.
I'm like, we are at engine at this point. And he goes, oh, well, what are we going to do? And I'm like,
What are you gonna do?
and I go, well, it needs an engine. So what do you guys want us to do? It's like, we'll work with you, but what do you want? You want pricing at your cost? What do you want? And he goes, I'll call you back. So I'm like, okay. And then the customer calls me. And he goes, so I just got off the phone with so-and-so, and I spoke with him, and he said that you talked with him. And he goes, in less words, he told me to kick rocks. I'm not getting a loaner from them, even though, and we don't have one, or we would give him one. And he said that now the car is our problem.
Oh.
So
Why? Why
Wow.
is it your problem?
So after saying that, we, by stroke of luck, our district rep
Thank God.
was there that day. And he had already known about it because he was at that dealership before he came up to ours. And he goes, so what's going on with customer so-and-so? And we told him. And we said, the customer was informed that he was basically told to kick rocks. It's now our problem. No loaner, this, that, and the other thing. And the kid uses his car for his main source of income.
Yeah.
For whatever he does.
And
Red chair.
Yeah. And he basically...
Allegedly.
He basically looks at me like I'm crazy. Like this is not what he heard from the service manager. And we informed him, and then he's like, okay, I need you to send me, a copy of the RO. I need you to send me the inspection video and all this stuff. And so we're kind of in this weird limbo. And I met the kid today. He had to come in and grab his kid's car seat. And I told him, I'm like, dude,
bless you.
bless you. And I told him, I'm really sorry, but I don't have any loaners because we have that fuel pump recall that's going on right now.
Right, so for all your loans.
All of our loaners are out. And as it stands right now, Mazda will not pay for a rental because this is not a warranty job, at least at the moment.
Right.
And so this went back
it could be customer satisfaction, goodwill situation.
and we're waiting to see what happens.
Are they a first-time Mazda owner?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure, but the district rep said that after I sent him the RO and everything, he's like, let us look into this and we will let you know what to do next.
I'm kind of surprised he wasn't just like, take care of them.
Yes and no. I think it's because they're trying to figure out if the other dealership is going to step up, even to some extent, first, before they decide to go, full bore and cover it all. But the customer called me again today, and he goes, I tried calling back so-and-so to try and get a rental from them and just to use in the meantime.
Yeah.
And apparently the service manager there absolutely unloaded on the kid. He said
Wow.
that he's,
What?
I don't know, but
The way this specific
I know.
dealership
And,
does business.
and he's all like, he told me to stop calling. He's harassing him, not saying that the kid is getting harassed by the service manager at the other dealership. The service manager told the kid that he is harassing him by calling him nonstop, trying to get a car to stop calling. They are not going to do anything about it. He said, do not call here. Your phones will now be screened and nobody will answer your phone calls.
Oh my God.
Your vehicle is now at our dealership. How he said the other dealership, it is now their problem. You want something done with it, you deal with them.
Wow.
You Karen them. You call his boss.
No, well,
I'd like to speak to your GM, please. Thank you.
We've relayed the
Hi, this is Karen. I'd like to speak to your GM.
He's talking.
we've relayed the
Wow.
Wow.
we relayed the information to our district service manager. Best way to put who, and we will see where it goes from there. Because the other thing that we picked up is when he was down at the other dealership, he didn't even speak with the service manager. He spoke with the owners. Apparently, he is not included in any of the meetings because of the stuff that they have heard. I don't know why the owners of that company keep him, besides the fact of
Because they can't find anybody.
they're already struggling, and they've kind of
You hear that,
already,
Jake? There's a position open.
I wouldn't work for them. I don't care how much they offered me.
Don't do it.
No way. So
Also, we'll need a second car.
So I feel really, really bad for the kid because he's super nice. He's very polite. He hasn't gotten angry at me once.
I smell a lawsuit.
And he even said, he's like, dude, what if I have to get a lawyer? I'm like, then you have to get a lawyer.
Do what you gotta do.
And I told him, I'm like, and he's like, well, I don't want you to get in trouble. I'm like, we have nothing to do with this
Yeah.
other than the fact of I am just trying to be a good person.
Yep.
If this comes down to lawsuit, it's going to be on them, not us. I'm like, we're all Mazda, but we're owned and operated independently.
Individually, yeah.
But I mean, he's punctual, he's nice, he's never raised his voice with me, he's never blamed me, he's never pulled the, well, you work for Mazda Card, you all are the same business.
No, he's understanding.
But
He's
just
super
in case,
understanding.
you need to document the shit out of everything.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, that is crazy. I can't believe they're treating him like that.
I know.
And and they never called you back. You haven't talked to them again since that initial conversation, have you?
Nope.
What about your manager? Is
What
he getting involved at
gives?
all?
He tried,
And
to no avail to my knowledge.
kick rocks.
Yep. Kick rocks.
What benefit do you have as a dealer to do something like that?
A lot of the times I don't believe what that service manager down there gets to the owners. I think that
clearly.
I think there's a bit of a separation from that whole entire thing from what I understand.
It's so interesting because this person has such a reputation
Oh God, yeah.
and everyone knows who it is,
Yeah.
and he continues to work in the business. And I guess, the owners of that, the owners of that dealership came from Canada, right?
Correct. Originally.
So they don't know the area. They don't.
Well, they're recent owners.
So
Yeah, very recent owners.
At least what I picked apart, because one of our sales managers is very in with everybody, and if there is a Mazda dealership that opens, it's usually he knows somebody through somebody that works there. The dad is very, very well known in Canada, like owns multiple car dealerships up there, like very, very huge name.
And they're trying to expand
lot
to
of
the-
money, and
Interesting.
and the daughter and her husband wanted to give it a try in the States, and it was all funded by dad. So that one down there went out of business from the original owners when it was the first name of the dealership, and then they got the plot of land.
They got bought out.
But since then, from when they opened, dropped all this money, what we constantly hear from customers, is that they are turning people away for safety recalls because they don't have the technicians.
Which is illegal.
Which they don't have trained technicians. From what I understand, they have a quote trained technician, and at least
Who we know.
at least one lubie. No, not anymore.
Oh,
Not
he
anymore.
left.
Correct. At least one lubie, possibly two. And it's just that same song and dance that we hear. Well, and we've gotten a couple of calls for the safety recall for the fuel pump saying, oh, they don't have parts, oh, they don't have cars, oh, they don't have techs, and we've been turned away. And apparently the only way that they're making money is through car sales.
Wow.
Should we call Mike
Why?
and check in and see what's going on?
Well, I think he can check in after the
I
break,
was going to
'cause we're
say,
already-
he'll definitely tell us when he gets back.
yeah, we're coming up here, actually.
Yeah, it's about time.
I was going to say, wait.
It's about that time.
In a minute, I'm going to need a cinnamon roll for my belly to fill me up.
Jake's got to go to the restroom.
I do. It's my turn.
It is your turn.
your turn. I
And
could
we
go.
have to thank our sponsor.
We do. And the thing is I don't think I can play the outro music is the problem, guys.
Why? You don't know what button it is?
That's all right. We'll play this music in the meantime.
Okay, well, we'd
But-
like to thank Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools.
Yes. And Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing, supplying us with Justice Brothers products.
And Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop and his big old bowls of guac.
So
Oliver
creamy.
Creamy Guac and Norman Glazier from Twisted
Hi,
Bills.
Norm. I
Yep.
saw your pictures on Facebook, bud. Have a safe trip.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That was actually Dale Follett from Twisted Bills. My bad. Sorry, Dale. Sorry, Norm. Norm Stovacor. Metal.
Yes.
Oh,
Metal
that's right. I didn't
works.
even catch that. I was just like,
Yeah,
yes,
I
Eric
did.
knows
Sorry,
what
I
he's
corrected
talking
my
about.
shed.
Yes.
Sorry, Norm. Hope you're back home safe and sound. Thanks for visiting us last week.
And we're going to say goodbye, and we hope you enjoy these messages. From
Well,
our
we're not
sponsors.
saying goodbye. We'll see you.
For now.
Yeah, goodbye for now.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back.
Love you.
Hi, Mike Sarah here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust, so you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
And I get my gun from a garbage can. Yes, I think of that every single time. I'm sure other people do too. We're not the only ones.
It's got a vibe. It's got a vibe for sure.
It's a total vibe.
Not a vibe.
Guess what?
What?
We're back, bitches.
Ooh, where are we?
Shut the fuck up, Allie. There's that face.
We have our music back.
They're breaking me.
We have our Podfather back. And
I need to listen to some Beyonce "You Won't Break My Soul" shit right now.
I have a better song off that album. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm thirsty. Mikey, are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready for this.
Let's do it. Ready, Jake? Are you ready to come?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
What was it that you said to me the other day that you're gonna say it to me while we're in the act?
Oh, I'm gonna come.
You said that to me the other day.
She'll go flaccid.
I'm
in a
like, I
heartbeat.
don't know about that.
Yeah, no, she would go flaccid immediately.
Oh, turkey.
Thank you again to our sponsors. We appreciate all of you helping us to keep the lights on and supplying us with these delicious beverages.
Wow, I'm just dishing them out today.
You had some popcorn?
I'm like fucking Oprah side-eye today.
You get side eye.
Cross between Martha Stewart and Oprah. I'm gonna call you Mopra.
What is this reference?
Let's see if anyone knows.
Okay.
If you know what that's from, please send us a message.
Is that from one of the Medeas?
No, it's not. On any of our DMs, you know where they're at. If you don't, listen all the way to the end of our podcast, and we'll cover it then.
All the way to the end.
Please, we would greatly appreciate
Please
it.
listen to completion.
Indubitably.
Tantric like Sting.
Indeed. Anyways, Mikey, how did your little trip go?
Oh yeah, please
How was your-
let us know.
How was your leak?
Was it leaking like a lot?
Was your basement flooded?
Was it dripping?
So I pull up to the dealership and not speeding, but I'm,
Damp.
getting there.
Dump.
And I circle the building real quick, and I don't see anything. I'm like, what the hell? Because I'm thinking it's like another irrigation pipe or something like that.
Right.
Those are the last three things
You're
that I fixed.
expecting like a geyser.
Yeah, and so
It's going to
then-
be obvious.
So I'm like,
Big.
okay, well, I need to get like tools and my gloves anyway to at least shut off the irrigation valve.
Right.
So it's Black Widow heaven in there.
Right.
And so I pull into the shop.
No
and
glove, no love, baby.
I pull into the shop and I open up my toolbox and I'm like, I hear like a water rushing sound, and
No
I
shit.
look out over into the lube rack bathrooms, and I mean, torrential downpour of water coming out of lube rack bathrooms. Like,
Love it.
okay.
So now I have to walk across the shop to use the restroom.
So well, hold on, we're not there yet.
Go ahead.
So I throw some stuff in my truck and drive over there because it's much faster than walking, even though it's a very short distance. And mind you, I put on sandals because I thought it was an outside thing, but now I'm inside a bathroom with rushing water and sandals.
Is it clean water or poopy water?
No, it's clean water.
Okay.
Clean water. Yeah,
It's not the gray.
Non-potable.
and so what actually is happening is that one of the valves on the urinals is stuck open
And so
is
overflowing the urinal.
gushing, 100 and something psi of
you hear that, Eric?
mainline water
He's
pressure out.
gushing.
Ooh, stop.
So it's a torrential downpour of water in the bathroom, and the evening porter that I don't particularly care for is there, and
Makes two of us.
yeah.
I lectured him on lightning earlier.
You guys
Go
haven't-
back to that.
Do you remember why he got fired in the first place?
No, I didn't know he
Oh,
was a
you have
rehire.
porters that get fired and then rehired
I didn't
too?
know he was a rehire. Let's cover that in a minute. Go back to your bathroom
You
story.
guys have a night porter?
He's for sales.
Yeah, a sales.
Go back to
floor.
the bathroom.
Okay, so I assess the situation and I say, okay, I need to go grab some tools, but first let me go turn the main water line off while I go and do that. So I go turn the main water line off, and I forgot to plug Christian's toolbox back in, which is okay because he's at school anyway. So I'll do that in the
Plug
morning.
it in.
He's got a power cord in the back. So I go shut off the main water line, grab the tools that I need to shut that specific urinal off. And I also look for, because I've done this many times, I order multiple kits from Amazon to replace the plungers and stuff like that in the urinals because they're all the same. And I don't have a new one. So, okay, fine. I'll just shut that urinal off. At least that way I can turn the rest of the shop on because that water controls that whole side of the shop. We have two main shutoffs for the shop. That's one side, and then the other is on the other side of the shop from my side. So, I just shut the urinal off. I told the porter to grab the squeegee and bail out the bathroom it's literally bailing out the bathroom.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a low spot in the shop because I'm standing in water with sandals on.
Yeah.
There's not a drain.
All right.
No, there's no drains inside the shop like that. So unfortunately, it's clean water, so we don't have to worry about pulling it out. But
Contaminating.
and so
Chocolate rain.
I went down there and I grabbed my my big stand fan and I said, hey, plug this in when you're done bailing out the bathroom, and I'm gonna get back. I have a podcast to do.
I'm very
Do
busy.
it with wet feet and wet hands.
And I called, and I called my boss and I told her what was going on, and
Daniel.
she's gonna call the plumbers in the morning because
Wow.
I don't get paid
Bless
to do
you.
that.
That was exciting. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that.
It's okay. I think
I'm
I
really
was,
glad it wasn't poo-poo water.
I was thinking man, that kind of
Chocolate
makes for a good
rain.
on-air summary of the past few weeks of the fight that I've been trying to have.
Hey, you got your bathroom cleaned, so now you can't complain.
Well, that's not his.
They mopped the bathroom.
Yeah, no,
Inadvertently.
yeah.
So since you dealt with a leak and the fusion leak is your story, why don't you tell us about that?
Oh my goodness. So not being the shop foreman and also not being a heavy line technician anymore.
Or do you want to talk about the night porter rehire first? Because
Oh,
Eric was
yeah,
curious about that.
Oh yeah, we should
what about
follow
that?
up.
Yeah.
Do that first.
Okay, so this gentleman was a porter for service department many years back, and what ended up happening was I had a vehicle disabled. Where the cement pad is by my stall, so I had a vehicle disabled there with literally one cylinder head off, and parts all torn out of it,
Oh my
and the
God.
hood open
I don't
and
like
stuff
where
like
this is
this.
going.
And someone calls the vehicle up to have it be picked up because the customer declined the repairs. However, for whatever reason, even though he saw that the engine was torn apart, he gets in it and starts to fire it
Crank
up. And lo and behold, the battery was still hooked up because I was kind of in the middle of doing my diagnosis still. I wasn't made aware that
You had to move it too, right? So.
well, no. It was. I moved it out of my stall, but I was, waiting for authorization to do stuff. I didn't
But to move it out of your stall, you have to hook power up to get it out of gear anyway.
Right.
So
So he goes to go get in the truck and start it up to drive it up to the service drive, but everything's disconnected.
Hello?
And I can hear this thing
McFly.
cranking and it's making a terrible
McFly.
noise. And, I can just hear valves smacking together and stuff like that or whatever was going on with it. And I run out of my stall and I'm like, what are you doing? Did you look in the open hood of the,
the hood was up.
the
and
hood
he
was
still,
open. Half the engine is missing. What are you doing? And I guess, just like I kind of swore right there because I'm remembering the story. I guess I swore at him, and because it was a
Go fuck yourself, not you, him.
It was a loss of translation. I think lost in translation. I think that he thought that I was calling him names or like directly swearing at
What the
him
fuck
or
ever.
whatever.
Either way, he deserved it.
Well, I got a stern talking to, and that gentleman lost his job.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
But they hired him back.
Oh.
We have a habit of that.
Yeah. Well,
So do we.
I had a conversation with him
It's a
today.
regular thing.
So I was in the
Do that to me.
Eric's talking.
I'm talking.
I'm sorry, Boo.
Okay. You're forgiven.
What
Sorry,
happened?
Ali.
What happened with this gentleman in the
You're
UK?
not.
Because now I'm kind of furious. I mean, he was very nice and helped clean up everything. He did everything I asked him to
He's
today.
a nice person, but he's not that bright.
Well, I mean,
So I was in the wash bay and I was washing an engine compartment on a vehicle that I just did a major repair on because that's what I do. I've talked about that before. So
this is delicious. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Right?
This is delicious.
Right? It hits the spot. So I had just finished when I was in the middle of washing it. He pulled in a brand new F-150 Lightning Platinum, $80,000 truck. Okay,
Oh, that's all.
plus markup.
Yeah, I bet.
Ooh, too soon? No.
I need about 350.
So
Extra.
I'm starting to back out and I see him in the car and he's fucking with something under the dash and then he walks around to the front of the car. Now, for those of you who don't know the F-150 Lightning, there's no engine in it. It's an electric vehicle. So where the engine would normally be is the frunk. Okay? It's the front trunk, and that's actual verbiage, by the way.
I know.
It's
I know.
called
It's
the frunk.
The Mach-E
The
has
frunk?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's called- it's the front
Do
trunk.
I have a frunk?
No, it's a front trunk. Oh, shut up, stupid. I fucking can't with you. So, anyways, after he was fucking under the dash, and he walks over to the front, I see it partially popped open. I'm like, I stopped and I threw it in park. I said, "What are you doing?" So I had a moment just like you did, and he's like motioning me, and he's telling me in Spanish he's trying to get it open. I said, "Stop what you're doing." So, and there's two reasons for this. One, besides him doing it wrong, and two, because sales fucked up one other one trying to do the same damn thing. So where you would normally pop the hood is now an emergency latch for when the battery is dead, which you have to remove the cover from, unfold the string, and pull the cable to manually release the frunk. There's all these steps involved to manually open the frunk,
Right.
which is normally controlled electronically. It's a power lift. So you press the button and it lifts up on its own. Go
Magic.
figure.
Oh my God. Mother
He
of
had
God.
shoved his finger in the side of the cover, didn't even pull the cover off, and pulled the string out through the side of the cover while it's still attached, trying to get it to open.
Nice.
So I explained to him in Spanish that,
Everything you're doing is bad.
yeah, exactly, that it was for emergencies only, and he didn't know.
Emergency solamente.
Yeah, exactly.
Perry Alto.
And seriously, and I showed him the spot for both buttons, one of them being on the frunk, and how to open and
I
close
just
it
think you wanna
properly.
say frunk.
I love saying frunk.
It is
I
a
don't know.
funny word.
Are we
It's
gonna
a
get?
fun
Are we
word,
gonna
right?
get Frunk in here?
Get frunk in here.
So I explained to him how to properly open and close the frunk, and then in the other situation, I told Cheryl to let sales know to stop fucking with shit they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're selling a car they don't know how to operate.
Aren't they supposed to be trained to do
Yes,
that? And
you would
certified
think.
and stuff like that?
You
'Cause
would
I'm,
think.
Pretty sure that Ford offers classes and certification for that. You know.
You know what was weird about that other one though?
What?
They had done the same thing, but it had relatched. The latch was in the closed position, and that's why they couldn't get it to close.
Oh yeah, because it's probably like a one-time thing. Like you have to manually reset it or whatever.
I don't know, but the other one,
I haven't looked it up. I'd have to look it up.
the
to
other
know.
one in the wash bay did just fine. But I had to go over there with my screwdriver and open the fucking latch to get it to reset. It was very strange. Anyways, so I had that particular run-in.
So speaking of worst day ever.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Eric.
we
while
wanted
he-
to circle back to your fusion.
Yeah, Fusion League.
Oh, the fusion. Oh my god.
And while he's telling
Oh,
the
okay.
story, look at the group text real quick.
Me too.
You can too. Yeah, I want both of your reactions.
Okay. Wait. Well, I'm gonna start telling the story.
I feel personally attacked.
These are
For our listeners, Jake was taking and sent us very unflattering photos of Allie.
Which will be posted shortly to the social medias.
You saw all these, right?
Yes, I saw
not
that.
flattering. It's that they're very
Eric,
zoomed in.
if you
and
go
out
to
of
that
context,
very
it's
last
very
picture
funny.
all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, I saw
It's
it.
like a shoehorn sitting on top of a potato.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you know how we alluded to me having the worst day ever?
How's
Wow,
this
it just
going?
got worse. Great.
Allie,
I'm so glad I have this podcast
You're
to vent and also get
amongst
personally attacked.
friends.
You're amongst friends.
Amongst friends.
Dude, okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. What
You guys better post my feet pictures online and get me a fucking BMW like that lady.
That lady got
it
a
was a
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Okay, I don't care. It better be a fucking Bentley at this point.
Hey, to be fair, Allie, you're beautiful.
be
To be fair.
Does this make you feel better?
No.
So,
Say,
Allie,
well, hold on. Say to be fair for Daddy Vic.
To be fair.
There it is.
Or like how Allie and Eric like.
No, it's not working on me.
Oh, it's working on me just fine. What are you going to say, Mikey?
Allie, I would like to hear about your worst day ever.
Okay,
I
well,
would
the
like
worst
to
day ever
empathize with
happened
you
when
on
I was
your
on a
worst day
podcast with
ever.
some of my closest friends, and then they took unflattering pictures of me and then left.
Don't
We were
say
laughing
they.
with you.
That's your husband. Don't say they.
Also, she missed a very good opportunity to say, well, the worst day ever was when I met Jake about 10 years ago.
That was
Second worst day. Second worst day.
Misconnections.
Connections I wish I missed.
There was this one lady at the Walmart with her butt crack hanging out.
Oh my god. Yeah, no one needs to see
Misconnections.
that.
One lady.
Seriously.
All right, Allie, worst day.
Wait,
No,
hang on.
what
Let
happened
me
with your
drink
fusion?
over.
We were
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about the fusion first.
Okay, fine. We'll do the fusion. JR calls me up to the service drive. It's okay. I'll say his name. The service rider calls me up to the service drive, and
That's a tongue twister. Service writer called me up to the service drive.
and even though it's like very clearly known that I don't do line work typically, and I'm also not the shop foreman, he said that there's a customer up
But
there.
you're so busy right now.
Which is why I did it.
Yeah.
I'm not busy, so I'll take the work. I really don't
Right,
care.
right.
So I went up there and I was talking to the
Stew my
customer, and the
gravy.
customer said that he wants to have this coolant hose replaced. Right? Okay, fine. Well, I mean, are you sure it's leaking from there? Is it obvious? And he says, well, the guy in there told me that that's where it's leaking from, and so I ordered the parts yesterday, and I'm just here to get the hose installed. And he's pointing over to the parts department. So the front counter parts guy, who's
Christ.
not
They diagnosed it for
who's
him.
not a technician, ordered hoses that I personally have never replaced on a car like that to fix a coolant leak. However, there are other components that I have replaced on a car like that
leak
cause a
all the
coolant
time.
leak. And so I'm gently
Like a
trying to
water
explain to the
pump.
customer, like, not that I want more money, but like, I believe that this vehicle needs to be diagnosed, because even though that guy who doesn't know jack shit about this vehicle sold you these parts yesterday, I believe there's other stuff that's going on with the vehicle. And he's like, no, I don't want to pay for diagnosis. I only want to do this. I said, okay, well, let me go
If
see.
it doesn't fix it, motherfucker.
Well, and that's exactly, and this conversation went on for what felt like 10 minutes. I mean, it was ridiculous. And, he doesn't speak English very well. So there's a little bit of language barrier thing going as well. And he's just a stickler. I've dealt with this man before. The service advisor and I have dealt with this man before. Every time he comes in, he wants something for like a ridiculous price, which is what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, give me 15 minutes. Let me go into and he wants to wait for it. So I said, give me 15 minutes. Let me go into parts. Let me see what parts he ordered, so I can actually see what I'm removing and replacing. Let me go look up labor times and stuff like that, and we'll get you an actual quote.
Right.
And I don't have anything else going on right now, so let me see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
After he, I'm explaining him back and forth, and I'm getting frustrated. I'm telling him, listen, I don't believe that these parts are going to fix your car. And he's trying to tell me, like, he wants to borrow my flashlight. I'm like, no, you can't borrow my flashlight.
What the hell do you think this is?
And then he's like, well, just shine it right there. Like, I'm going to show you something. And so he goes into his car and grabs a latex glove. And he's like, look, look, all the coolant's right here. I'm like, yes, it's. And I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like, yes, it's because it's
run down
dripping.
the hose.
It's dripping from the component, 2 components above from what you're looking at. But I don't want to give away all my secrets, right?
Right.
So finally, I said, listen, I didn't want to say it like this, but I'll take your money. and I'll replace these components.
Yeah.
Give me 15 minutes to get you a quote, and I will make it happen for you.
Yep.
So it ends up that he got like 2 heater hoses and some other long hose that, again, are not the things that are leaking. So I said, listen, I talked to the parts manager. I said, get this other component coming because one of the hoses that he ordered connects to the component that is leaking.
Yeah.
And if I remove this component, it's going to
not gonna-
break.
yeah.
And he's going to blame us for it.
Yep.
I said, I'm going to wash it in with the labor and just, get me this thing coming, blah,
Yeah.
blah. So I go back, I get my estimate, I give it to the service advisor, and it turns out that the guy got really upset and said, "Why is it so expensive? It should only take half an hour to replace these hoses."
go fuck yourself.
And he left the dealership with the hood open. The hood was still open. He had to
Okay.
stop in the middle of that street right there
Yeah.
and close the hood. And
What an
turns
idiot.
out that he went to a local tire shop in our area that said that they would do it for him, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Is it
exactly
the
what I
man's
said.
tire shop?
But it's very funny because that tire shop that Kevin likes to go to is not really specifically known for their excellent mechanical work.
Wonderful.
So
Let him go there. Fuck him.
That's fine.
Let him go
exactly.
there. He's going to be back when it's not fixed.
I tried to help him.
Dude, those are my
I was willing to help him. I gave him a very reasonable estimate, extremely reasonable estimate for the work that he wanted. But because he thought that it was supposed to be only a half hour's worth of work, which is absolutely ridiculous, it just wasn't going to happen. Hey, oh, he's got the tequila. Go, come here. Come here.
Daddy, I don't
That's
wanna.
a go, girl. Come here.
Daddy, I don't want to.
Anyway, that's my.
Those
Fusion.
are my favorite types of customers, though. It's like they'll come in, you'll tell them your brakes are metal to metal, and you've got an electric parking brake, and there's a very specific way that you need to put them into maintenance mode to make this work. And they're like, no, I know a guy at Brake Masters or Jiffy Lube that can do this.
We told the story about this. What
I
was his
know.
name? Justin or Trevor in the last story.
Right, and it's all, and sure enough, they come back and they're like, I don't get it. It's just my brakes are dragging. And sure, it's like, oh, look, you need a caliper. That'll be $1,800.
Well, I went back to parts and I said, hey, listen, like the guy just took the car and left. I mean, either the local tire shop is going to call us for that part, or I'm going to use it in like 3 days when the next one comes in for it. So I don't know if you want to start the return process. It's like, no, we'll hang on to it. Like, don't worry about it. It's going to sell.
Allie did a rebuttal to the group.
Oh, that's
text.
good.
Yes,
Okay.
she did.
Yeah, you need to look at it.
And before you look, if this isn't the most American photo you've ever seen in your fucking life, I
complete
don't know what
bullshit.
is. What do you mean it's complete bullshit?
Okay, it's very good.
It's American. American
that.
as fuck.
It makes for great audio content.
Allie.
So speaking of which, I would
Worst
like
day.
to hear your worst day ever, Allie.
And start from the
Yeah,
top.
So,
And to be fair,
10 years ago,
To be
I met Jake.
Daddy Vic's face is flooded.
oh, did you send it?
what? No, for the to
Saying
be,
cousin to be fair.
Oh, gotcha.
and without the song, I did like talk her up. She's my number one, and she was having a bad day, and I made sure that I reaffirmed how important she is.
Your
And
hair looks gorgeous. Your tits are perky as fuck. Your ass is amazing.
her boobs have shrunk so much. I'm happy for her that she's lost weight, but it's like they were just like wha-bam, and now they're still wha-bam, but it's like wha-bam.
Yeah, but it was like whoa-bam with a giant belly.
It's still
my neighbor, you guys,
something to
my
palm.
neighbor thought I was pregnant.
Surprise inside.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you have surprise. He's a Hispanic man. He's like,
Straight up, no
he came
filter.
up to
Well,
me.
I
He's
don't
like,
think it's a
oh, you have a
surprise."
surprise. And I was like, no, I'm just fat. And he's like, no, you're pregnant.
He's like, no, surprise
I'm like,
inside.
okay.
Oh my god.
All right. I
That
love
has
you.
to be the most unflattering and upsetting thing that a woman could ever hear.
When you're fat, so it's like, okay. Anyways,
And he was
But your
as
feet
you
look
all
great.
know, thank you. As you all know, I had COVID.
The COVID.
And
Covidico.
yeah, it's great.
The Rona.
So just like when I take a this is like the worst version of a vacation, because when I take a vacation, it's wonderful. I have a good time. I'm gone for a week, 2 weeks. Bad part is I have however long I was gone worth of work waiting for me when I come back. So this time it wasn't fun. And then also I had a week's worth of work waiting for me.
Right.
And so backlogged as fuck,
Yeah.
stacks of paper. I've been working so hard, and we just had our audit.
Oh yeah, that's
We
right.
just had our audit, so
Debit of $9,000.
9,200 whammers of $1. And it's the worst audit I've ever had.
Oh my god.
I'm sure there's
And,
been worse.
You know, no. Well, maybe other people have had worse, but it's my personal worst audit. 95% of it wasn't my fault. I'm human. I make mistakes. I've missed a couple things here and there. I've, sent some work through where they've already written the ticket. I'm going to put it through and see what happens.
Why are the mistakes being made in the first place?
Correct. Granted, mistakes happen. I'm so thankful I don't work for Ford because it would have been times 10, according to you guys.
Oh, and there would have been a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully.
Well, and I was gone. So, I mean, all I received of the audit was a report. So I'm coming back to my workload, and the past couple days, I've been trying to catch up. Well, today I came into work and I always turn my monitor off. I leave my computer on throughout the week, but I turn my monitor off at the end of the day.
Right.
I only shut my computer down on the weekends. And I turn my monitor on and nothing happens. The light's on, but it's yellow instead of blue, which means that the computer is not
yellow.
Yeah.
Oh.
The computer, like the tower, is not talking to the monitor, but the light is on the tower. So I do all the IT shit. I unplug everything. I
Have you tried
restart
plugging it in?
Yeah. I did it all. And I called my IT guy. And he's like, oh, it sounds like your video card's out. I'll come right over. Okay, great. Thinking this is going to be an hour, 2 hours max.
Easy peasy fix.
No big deal.
Easy peasy.
So I start working on my coworker's computer because she's out because her cat died. Rest in peace, Fluffy, or whatever.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Like we had one cashier out because she injured her pinky, and another cashier out because her cat passed away.
Okay.
I
You want to
understand
take a
that
personal
there's
day for your cat dying? I can appreciate that, being an animal
Listen,
lover.
It was
The
a
pinky
rough
thing
fucking
is,
day.
is horrible.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
the
she
fuck outta
slammed
here.
her finger in the cashier's drawer yesterday, was out half a day yesterday, came in today, and it just hurt too much, so she left. Listen, no. I'm trying. I'm not judging today.
We're judging
today
for
is
you.
a day. Thank you so much
Slam
because
some
I need
Carpenter's
it.
candy and move on with life, just like the rest of us.
So back to your tower of power.
So IT guy comes, I'm working on the other computer. I don't have everything I need, but I'm trying to make it work and just slam through
Getting by.
these 5, 6, 7 days of work that I missed. Oh my God. And so the IT guy comes, turns out it's not the graphics card. He couldn't get the graphics card to work, so it's my whole computer that needs to be replaced. My whole computer that I have not backed up since COVID, because why did I need to? You guys back up your fucking computers. It's very important. So
I feel like at more modern dealerships that happens like on the daily, especially like if you're working at a corporate store. Like,
Oh yeah, they back everything up for you.
yeah.
well,
like,
so
every
I've
time you do
been
something,
backing everything up to my personal OneDrive just in case something happens. So I won't lose anything.
And you have been doing that?
I have, but apparently it stopped automatically updating and I lost a bunch of stuff that I need. Like I lost my log of where it doesn't matter. You guys don't fucking care about it.
No, that's insane. I mean, hold on.
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
That's insane.
It took
because I love her.
7 hours for him to replace my computer.
And because I love, yeah, he's there. There's a reason we call him Andy Cap. So, anyways, to show how much I love her, I texted this guy because I have his cell phone number, and I'm all like, "You done
That's not a threat.
you done fucked up, dude. This is what she's fucking missing. You need to fix it. You have the hard drive to the old one. Don't fucking erase it. Don't do anything. Get her what she fucking needs.
Yeah.
Because if she's in a bad mood, my life is fucking hell. So fix it.
Fix it.
Legitimately was like
Hyperventilating.
having a panic attack at the end of the day because
But I soothed
I now
her.
am on my second day of not putting any new stuff in.
Yeah.
Thank God it's the middle of the month. Also, I had a meeting with the owner of the dealership about the audit where I didn't throw my boss under the bus, but I was like, hey, I told him that we needed to focus on our diag.
Ooh, you did best roll him. Nice.
And then oh my fucking God, can you believe this goddamn guy? Okay, I know we're getting close to the end, but like really quick.
Yeah.
So I addressed the whole thing of our diag getting charged back because we are just running diag fucking like crazy. 2-3 hours of diag a repair.
Oh my God.
It's getting
that is
really gnarly.
insane.
And
Yeah.
like I have reports that I have shared with my manager that shows our diag like way up at the top of the chart and the region diag like way more at the bottom of the chart. And I'm like, hey, this is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it a couple times. And when I told the owner about it, he had mentioned, well, if Mark gives you, and he made a shooing motion.
Yeah.
If your manager gives you a shooing motion, when you mention something, you need to go over his head
And come to
talk
me.
to me personally about it. To which my manager says, I've never
Your
done
manager
that.
was in the meeting too?
Yep, it's the three of us.
Okay.
So he says to me, oh, well, I've never given Allie the shooing motion before. He's like, you have my back, right? And I was just like fucking appalled
what
at
did
this
you-
whole situation.
Come on, how did you respond to that?
I literally rolled my eyes to the owner. And he's like, you can come see me anytime. And
Which
he's
I've
like,
told
you
Allie
need to
she
be
needs to
more
do more
involved
often.
because he's not being involved. Well, it sounds like you want me to be a manager.
You should pay
Sounds
me
like
a
that
manager.
to me.
Oh.
And also my raise that I got was not, so they approved it the day after month end.
Right.
Which means that
So it
I
doesn't
still
take effect.
haven't gotten my raise until September.
Yeah.
Until this month. Well, no, you'll get it.
Nope.
Yeah, you'll get
Nope.
it for the 5th.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll get it for the 20th and the 5th.
Feel a little bit better, but still really pissed
But
off
still,
because I
yeah.
had bills due this month.
Right. No, I
She'll get
it.
her raise the 20th and the 5th.
And it was just like watching, like climbing to the top of the dealership tree and hitting all the fucking bullshit, hitting every single branch on the way down today
That's a rough
is
day.
what it was.
I'm sorry, babe.
And,
that sucks.
We care a lot.
thank you so much.
I am sorry that
I know you guys
We
like
love
have
you.
really sexy like car stories, and this is not like exciting to hear
But
about.
no, that's fine though, because you know what? There
Sexy
is
car
somebody out
stories.
there, and one of our listeners that
it's
can
not
probably
half a mouse,
they
you know.
they can probably relate to shit
It's
like
not
that.
half
You know?
a mouse.
That's the point of this podcast, is being relatable to our audience. So I guarantee you, somebody out there can relate to the bullshit that you're going through as well.
Not
And you
not
know
all
what,
of our
you
audience.
guys, like whatever you're going through today, I'm sure you went through some shit today, and from us, like it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend is gonna happen. Fucking party
The
it
weekend
up.
is here.
The weekend is here. Next week is a new week. Like
Tomorrow's a new day.
I'm personally gonna try and have an attitude adjustment. So you know,
Well, you had
it's
every
gonna.
right to have that attitude.
Thank you, but you guys,
Oh.
it's gonna be okay.
Co is doing the key jingle for us.
Aww.
She was doing the little squeaky squeaks.
Do you guys want to cover one more? I don't mind running it a little bit long this week.
Okay, sure.
We did the fixing other
We did,
dealers bullshit
yeah.
while you were
And we
gone.
talked about
Well,
COVID
we can
and-
talk about the COVID second coming or your tool room.
You want to do the tool room real quick?
Sure.
Well,
I mean, that's a short story.
yeah,
go
it's a
for
very
it.
short story, and then we'll close it out.
Mike organized the tool room. Okay, key jingle. I'm kidding. No, go ahead. Tell them real quick.
How bad was it?
Oh God, it's completely fucked because people are assholes and they don't put things back where they got them from.
Go figure.
Yeah. So,
Man, nothing is
mind
fucked
you, we
here.
have
Nothing is fucked.
yeah, we have toolkits all the way back to 1984.
Which you use all the
was
time, right?
No. So 74 was the oldest one that we found this time around, but all of the stuff from the 60s is up in the parts department because we've done this before multiple times, but this is the last
So
time
we
around.
have all sorts of toolkits, and we needed to archive some of them because we don't use them that often.
Right.
Mikey was kind enough to relocate those older kits and reorganize the tool room with the main kits that we use. Such a gentleman and a scholar.
Nothing is fucked.
Tomorrow you can go through our base and take the kits back that we're hoarding and put them back. Thank you.
You can do that.
We really appreciate
Goddamn
it.
self.
Since you have nothing else going on, we really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, that's funny because I
caught it.
I caught it.
I almost knocked Allie's drink over.
We
the
tried
sofa.
so hard while you were gone to recreate that scream, and it's impossible. It's
Oh my
we
God.
missed it so much.
That natural squeal
Yes,
just
right
it's
there.
fucking amazing.
Oh my God.
I love it so
Do you
much.
hear it through the shop?
yes, all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, yes, absolutely yes. So it's either
I don't
Rich,
realize. I want you to know. I don't realize. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't realize.
It's
that.
amazing.
it's either Rich swearing and yelling,
I love
or
Rich.
Eric.
It's usually when there's like a socket flying at my face and I have to duck out of the way. Yeah, it happens. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad I'm a form of entertainment for y'all.
Hey,
You're beautiful.
Yeah, never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Okay, well,
This was fun.
This was real keys.
Yeah. Which means that you get to close it out with real music this time. I can't wait till you hear what we did. I know you're terrified,
yeah.
but I promise we did fine. And don't you dare edit it out.
Oh, we
that's
made
not the
sure it
section
was
I'm editing out.
royalty
Don't
free.
worry. Well, real quick before we go, I wanted to talk about the website. We're constantly updating all of the merchandise on the website and things like that.
Merchandising.
You know, you can find all of our episodes on there.
Spaceballs and flamethrower.
We have tons of T-shirts and hats. If you have a
Michael.
what is that?
Michael, the local gun store has California legal flamethrowers, and they're dope. You need to come with me and see them.
You're talking about the one over by where Tommy's Burgers used to be?
Yes.
Oh my god,
Dude, they're amazing. And
Grab your drink.
so real fast, because I know that some of our listeners live in the Midwest and the South where guns are not infringed upon like this
pretty much
state.
anywhere else other than California
Correct.
or New York.
So, just to give you guys an idea real quick of how California's regulations work. So, they sell these California legal flamethrowers as long as the flame is under 10 feet. It is legal in California. However, it is not illegal to sell the 25-foot flame attachment as long as you promise to never install it on said flamethrower.
Makes so much sense.
You just put it in a shadow box on your wall, and it just hangs
What's
there.
that? Oh, nothing. That's just dreams.
I was told I can't use it, so I'm going to be a good citizen.
Exactly. I'm a good
and not
citizen,
use
and I
it.
will never use it. Oh my God.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's
Amazing.
you guys about ready to?
We are to say our goodbyes and the love yous. We'd like to thank our sponsors.
All of them.
Nick Lowridge to start from Matco Tools, your one and only nonstop shop.
Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop in Lake Elsinore, California, and his creamy guacamole.
His big bowls of creamy guac.
Travis
Big
Ferris.
giant bowls.
Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing, supplying us those fabulous Justice Brothers products.
Travis, I have a tool you need to come pick up, please and thank you.
Was that a sexual innuendo or no?
Well,
In her endo.
love you, Travis.
Also, big shout out to Dale Follett at twistedbills.com
And Norman Glazier.
Norman Glazier. Norman,
Stovo
thank you so
Core.
much. That was
Metal
amazing. It was
worm.
great to meet you.
Metal
Great to hang out.
I get to take home my spider.
Sorry, I had a disease.
The guys get spiders. And I believe that's it. Customer States Podcast.com.
Go buy our
Customer
merch.
States Podcast.
Yes, buy
at
our merchy merch.
gmail.com, which
Please,
also
we
happens
really
to be
appreciate
our email and our PayPal. And yeah.
Buy a t-shirt or a hat or something.
Anchor.fm, search for Customer States Podcast. Customer States Podcast. Customer _states.
Help us help you.
And
you guys keep us going. We appreciate it.
and
we love
with,
you.
with that, we
We
say
love you.
Love
so
you.
much.
It's going to be okay.
Me and Allie are getting a divorce.
Yay!
It's a fucking lie.
That is a lie.
that's not a good way to end the episode. Come on, guys. And with that, we say
It's going to be okay.
it's gonna be okay.
This is fine.
When the building's on fire.
Love you.
Love you. Oh, daddy.
Love you.
Hi, this is Mike Sarah from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.